DC here. Hi, guys. Well, I'm going to chat to you over lunch for SpookyUniversity number 41 or 42, something like that. And the subject this week is on superheroes. Yeah. Well, first off, there were a few questions. One was like if we knew somebody dressed up like a superhero in our town or what. The answer to that quickly is no. So I'll get right on to what I wanted to talk about was superheroes per se. Now, some of you have asked me years in the past years, do you use the moniker DC because of DC Comics? And no, that is really just a coincidence because DC comes from dagocleo, so D and C. Now, though, getting back to the comics, when I was a kid, I really loved DC Comics, funnily enough. Well, we had two big boxes of comics with superheroes mostly. I won't get into the story, but when we moved, my mom gave those boxes away. That's a painful subject, which I like to bring back every now and then when I want to make her feel guilty. Okay, now, well, I used to like DC Comics, and I'm talking about in the 60s, something like that. And comic books then were different in a way, I think, because I don't read comic books anymore now, or very, very rarely. But they were kind of like, that's just what they were, probably comic books. Not that they were actually funny, but it wasn't like taking life completely seriously. Like if you take the old Supermans of the 50s and the 60s, a lot of comedy was in there. The same with the Batmans and so on. That's one of the reasons I wasn't much of a Marvel comic fan, because their superheroes were always caught with, existential problems in life and so on. And that really was not my thing. Oh, my battery's getting low on this one. So I'm going to hurry up. So my favorite comic superhero at the time was probably, as most people, Superman, but I did like the whole super family. Oh, somebody's running along here. The whole super family. So I did like Supergirl, and there was Superboy, and of course the old Batmans. But Batman didn't have superpowers. I don't know. There was something that I like Batman, but I like superheroes with superpowers and secret identities. Now, do I have a contemporary superhero? I would say, yeah, I have a contemporary superheroine. That would be Super Tweetness, as you've probably seen in some of our collaboration videos. I liked it a lot. It was kind of a mixture when we made that. When she had her secret identity, Dolly, we chatted, we took the person kind of out. I don't know if you remember the old Underdog comics. Underdog is a really funny superhero. I liked him a lot, if you can call the dog a lot. But there was Polly Pure Heart, I guess it was, or Pure. Anyway, you know who I mean. It was the television anchor lady in that, and so we made Super Tweetness's alter ego, in a way, kind of trying to look like that. So it was a lot of fun. And why I say I really enjoyed it, because as a kid I used to play superheroes a lot, and it was really great to be able, as an adult, to play with another adult and have the same type of childlike fun. Especially if you think that most of those things that the first series we made via Skype and internet, and it was not easy, actually. It was a lot of work. Thumbs up to the real Tweetness. Now, one of the questions was, if you have a superpower, which one would you like to have? I guess I'd say flying. I guess that's kind of a superpower in a way, because none of us can do it on our own. Yeah, I'd like that. And I came up with a very interesting article. I don't know if you can read that. It's in an open access journal called PLOS ONE. And the title is Virtual Superheroes, Using Superpowers in Virtual Reality to Encourage Pro-Social Behavior. Well, there's a whole study here, where basically they've looked at the different type of like they made controls, like, it's, again, something in science, I suppose, but they were comparing, people in games with or without superpowers and how that they acted in different situations. And here's the conclusion. I'll just read the conclusion, actually. But it was, the results indicate that having the superpower of flight leads to greater helping behavior in the real world, regardless of how participants use that power. A possible mechanism for this result is that having the power of flight prime concepts and prototypes associated with superheroes, for example, Superman. This research illustrates the potential of using experiences in virtual reality technology to increase pro-social behavior in the physical world. It's kind of fun in a way, because if they look at that, they say that, you can actually use these type of games to become pro-social, because we always hear about, video games and so on, and how they make you antisocial. This is kind of a fun study on that. Yeah. Superheroes, yeah, for me, like I say, one of the things also about the 60s, in the comic books of the 60s, is that there was a lot of bang, wham, bing, bing, bang stuff, but, nobody really got hurt. It was kind of like there was no blood, there was no, it wasn't like today's maybe superheroes, where you look at the Batman ones, and he's basically being broken across a chair or something like that. You didn't have quite that type of thing. It was still childlike. And I guess that's the whole thing, is that for me, the whole superhero world at the time was a way of opening one's imagination. And I think that's the whole thing about the superhero thing. For me, superheroes was fantasy worlds. It was an opening into science fiction. It was an opening maybe even into pseudoscience at the time, but bringing you into science and knowing things and so on. Yeah, so I'd say actually in a way, I owe a lot to comic books and superheroes. I mean, they've probably fashioned the way I am. I mean, the crazy person that I am now comes in large part from that fantasy world that I came to know because of these superheroes. So yeah, that is it. That is going to be my Spooky University contribution for this one. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I would encourage anybody who's had anything to do with superheroes from close or far to come and make a video response. Okay, that'll be DC signing off. Take care. Bye. Just when you thought it was safe again to be a criminal, criminals beware. A new superheroine is on the loose, and she is out to get you. I had a plan. It was spoiled, of course, by who?
Super Tweetness is here to save the day.
You say Super Tweetness?